Hi roamers, time to explore. Let's break new ground. Today I will show you how to really charge a power bank with a solar panel, while that same power bank powers your Starlink Mini at the same time. Many people buy a cheap 30 watts panel, plug it in and fill it down. The power bank cannot charge and it slowly dies. I will run 3 tests and show you why. In the second test I will see something really strange. The power bank charges at almost 60 watts, but the panel is only 30 watts. And at the end I will explain where these extra watts come from. I will also show a table on how many hours the Starlink runs in each setup. Let us begin. Test 1. The simplest solution on the market. The cheap Big Blue 30 watts panel with a built-in USB-C output. USB-A to USB-C. We have 80% of power bank now, 22 watts power which is delivering into the Starlink Mini, and 7.6 watts is delivering into the power bank. Let's wait 15 minutes. We have a full sun now. 15 minutes pass. The power bank did not charge. This cheap panel simply cannot charge it. On paper it is 30 watts, but through the USB-C output it gives much less. One cloud, the shadow of a branch, or a change in the weather and the power output drops at once. But charging a power bank needs a steady, strong flow. The Starlink Mini draws about 20 watts non-stop. The panel adds only a few watts, so it just slows the drain, it does not stop it. The power bank lasts a bit longer than with no panel, of course, but it still keeps draining. When it dies, you are done. This solution definitely fails. Test 2. I changed the panel to the PowerFilm Solar 30 watts foldable. It weighs only 0.7 kilograms, 1.4 pounds. It has no USB output, it has a raw waterproof automotive output. Let me show you. Looks like this. Its open circuit voltage is about 21.9 volts. That is simply the voltage the panel makes on its own in the sun, before we connect anything. And this is exactly why you must not plug in straight into the power bank. The power bank expects a clean fixed voltage on its USB-C input, not a raw jumping 21 volts from the panel. A small device does this. It is a MPPT controller, the Genasun GV-5. Let me show you. A small box like this. MPPT means Maximum Power Point Tracking. This is one of the best controllers in the world, made in the USA. Ham radio operators love it because it is electrically silent and does not disturb the signal. What does it do? It takes on the voltage jumps that appear when the panel is lit unevenly, and it controls its own output to keep a steady voltage all the time, about 14 volts. It turns a chaotic panel into a calm, stable source that can power the next device. To the controller output I connected custom-made packet, a capacity of 7 amp hours. This is the buffer. It is needed for 2 reasons. First, MPPT controller needs a stable battery on its side to even start. Without it, the controller gets lost. Second, the buffer gives a power reserve for the moments when the sun gets weaker. From the buffer, stable voltage goes to the device called the SlimQ. Let me show you. The next beauty. It is a DC to DC converter. It accepts an input voltage from 5 volts up to 24 volts. From the voltage, it creates a power delivery protocol in the PD 3.0 standard. Okay, in simple words, power delivery is a smart talk between the supply, the device, when they agree how to charge fast and safely. So the SlimQ gives a stable 100 watts and charges the PowerFilm PowerTour QTech Ultra 15 power bank through USB-C. Okay, 15 minutes pass. This time the energy level goes up. The system charges the power bank faster than the Starlink Mini drains it. It works, but look at the number. The power bank charges at almost 60 watts, but the panel is only 30. Where is this extra power from? These 60 watts do not come from the panel alone. They come from the buffer. The panel adds its part about 27 watts, and the rest at this moment comes from the battery cells. The buffer works like a tank. The panel feeds it slowly, and the SlimQ can pull it from it much more than the sun gives at the second. And the important thing, this buffer is not a normal battery. It is a custom-built pack. I will show its specs in the summary because they are what makes the whole thing work. Test 3. The same job, but simpler and lighter. I plug the PowerFilm panel straight into the SlimQ. I can do this because the SlimQ accepts up to 24 volts and the panel gives about 21.9 volts maximum. There is no MPPT controller and no buffer here, only the panel, the converter and the power bank. And this charges too, but there is one small catch. Without the MPPT controller, nobody holds the panel at its best working point. We lose some power. Without the buffer, there is nothing to smooth the jump. When a cloud comes, the charging shutters at once. Roughly like this, a 30-watt panel really gives about 27. In test 2 with MPPT and the buffer, we catch almost all of it, more or less 24 useful watts. In test 3, without them, under changing sun, we keep about maybe 16 watts. This means the setup with a buffer delivers well over 1/3 more energy. The numbers are approximate, but the direction is clear. MPPT and the buffer squeeze much more out of the same panel. Let us put it together. Test 1. The cheap panel with a USB output failed. The power bank cannot charge because this panel is simply limited by its technology. It does not deliver enough power, so the power bank keeps draining. Test 2. The panel with an MPPT controller and the buffer battery is the best solution. It gives all the operation even when the panel is not in full sun all the time. Test 3. The panel straight to the SlimQ also works, but with lower efficiency. A word about the Starlink itself, because it decides how fast the battery goes down. At startup, when it wakes and finds the signal from the satellites, it briefly draws up to 60 watts. After that, it claims down. Plain web browsing is about 15 to maybe 20 watts. Video calls around 25 watts, and the most about 30 up to 35 watts goes by streaming or gaming. For the math, I use a safe average 20 watts. Now, the run time. The PowerFilm Power2 power bank holds about 99 watt-hours, so on this own it keeps the Starlink alive for about 5 hours. The rule is simple. If the panel adds more than the Starlink takes, the reserve grows and you can run without end. If it adds less, the battery goes down just slower. I filmed the test in this video in full sun. But in real life, the sun does not shine all day, so I was shown 2 cases. A full day of sun and a half day, half and sun and a half clouds. You can see the table on the screen. One thing stands out. Only setup 2 with the buffer gives you peace of mind for the whole night. In the day, the sun runs the system and fills the buffer. After dark, the buffer works like a second power bank and keeps the Starlink alive. The setups without the buffer, even the lighter one, die before the night, or sooner when the clouds roll in. A word about the SlimQ itself, because it is the heart of both setups. It is a small DC to DC converter. On the input, it takes direct current from the 5 volts up to 24 volts. And on this output, it has 2 USB-C ports, each up to 100 watts, plus 2 USB-A ports. And here is its edge over a normal converter in a cigarette socket. Yes, there are adapters advertised as 200 watts, 2 times 100, but the cigarette socket cannot deliver that. That socket usually has a fuse of about 10, maybe 15 amps, so a selling of around 150 up to 180 watts. The SlimQ takes power straight from the panel of the buffer, and it truly gives 2 full independent 100 watt outputs. So you can power the Starlink, at the same time charge a laptop or a second power bank or a phone, anything you want. One more thing, how to power the SlimQ. Power goes in through a barrel 5-5-2-1, which gives a stable, solid connection. For a wiring, AWG14 is the recommended gauge. In my own set, I use thicker AWG12, but that is more than needed. I will switch it to the thinner cable because AWG14 is fully enough. As always, I choose a cable in a silicone jacket for a durability and resistance. If you can carry more, for example, you travel by car at the buffer, I recommend one specific custom lithium iron phosphor pack. It is a 4S 2P pack built on BAK 26650PFS2 cells with a custom PCM DLY protection module. This module charges the pack up to 8 amps and discharges at about 10 amps continuous, up to 15 amps in the peaks. Standard the shelf modules for such small packs are usually rated for only 7, maybe 10 amps, and under the full SlimQ load they would simply cut the power. This is why I had to order a stronger module. The cells gives the current with no problem. It is the protection module that sets the limit, so it must be the stronger part. This is also the smallest pack that makes sense for this setup. A smaller one on a single branch of cells cannot give such a high current in continuous use, and the protection will cut the power again. So 4S 2P with a stronger module is the reasonable minimum. And 2 more things about this pack. First, the cells. They are not the cheapest cells. They are automotive grade. They have a low internal resistance, so they give a high current safely, run cooler, which is important, and take stronger charging battery. Second, the weight. This pack is wrapped only in heat shrink film with no foam or fillers. So it is the lightest version you can build. It weighs only 760 grams, that's 1.7 pounds. And one more important thing. You can connect a twice as strong panel to the SlimQ, the PowerFilm 60 watt. Let me show you. The SlimQ handles it with no problem because this panel has the same open circuit voltage, about 21.9 volts. You gain a bigger power reserve, so the system holds even when the sun is weak or part of the panel is in shade. To wrap up in short, want the lightest set that still sensibly extends your Starlink runtime? PowerFilm 30 and the SlimQ. Want a real beast that keeps going even in shade when the sun is gone? PowerFilm 60, the SlimQ and the buffer. Standard equipment phase outside the city space. That's why at 4Roam I designed and use only professional gear you can trust. See you in the next exploration.